G'day all, welcome to my first commentated video. Today we're going through the December trial of Azurtane Heist. State 441 was lucky enough to be one of the states included in the trial. This is just the intro info screens while we wait for the match to kick off. Rewards leave a bit to be desired. Nothing much has changed there from memory. Managed to get into the first trial, or when it was live earlier this year. A few things have changed. Stamina doesn't seem to go as far as it did last time, but you'll see that in a minute. It's running at ×3 speed just because it takes forever otherwise. You'll notice the relocator starts off with a cooldown. Basically, you can't use it for the first minute of the battle. You'll notice there is a lot of pop-up warnings that happen. They all have a tick box so you can cancel them. So it costs 20 stamina to gather from the level 1, 2, or 3 gas fields, 2 stamina to pick up the gas that spits out. That happens the first time you capture one, or after you've held one for a while and someone kicks you out, it will erupt 3 little gas things. If you attack someone and fail, you'll get half your stamina back, so 10 stamina back. I did notice that stamina definitely doesn't go as far in this version than it did last time. And yeah, there's the stamina buys. You get 15 buys of 10 stamina each. Starts at 200 bios, then 5 of those, then 5 at 500 bios, and another 5 at 1000 bios. You really have to plan your stamina usage, which I didn't do terribly well in this one, but practice. You don't use your own troops. You get provided troops enough for however many marches you normally have. So if you've got the VIP 7 or 8, it's 6 marches it should be. You also have a separate march for picking up the dropped gas. There's only one of them. Also, when it comes time to attack the central reservoir, you get a separate march for that as well. So I made the mistake of relocating closer to the center at the end. So the center opens it with 15 minutes remaining. What I should have done is stayed where I was, I think, and marched to the center from there. That way, at least I would still be gathering. Does get quite a bit of sitting around after about 15 minutes when everyone realizes they've run out of stam. I remember last time it was more busier the whole time. I don't know exactly what changed with the stamina. Maybe there's less, I can't remember. But basically the idea is you want to try and hold a couple of the highest level gas fields that you can. Keep an eye out for the dropped gas around the map and pick that up. And then the first interesting thing that happens is at 40 minutes when the explosive gas fields appear. There's 3 rounds. So at 40 minutes, there's 3 rounds of explosive gas fields. They take about 15 seconds to gather, I think, once you get there. You can still kick someone out if you get there in time, but once you finish gathering them, they explode and disappear. As you'll see in a minute, they cost 5 stamina to gather from. Basically, the idea is when they drop, you want to have enough stamina to get 3 or 4 of them. And they come, like I said, they come in 3 waves at 40 and another 3 waves at 20 minutes. One thing I forgot to mention is the healing timer. When you capture a building or someone captures a building from you, there's a 20-second timer that comes up. Basically, the troops that are in that building are wounded, and when the timer reaches 0, all the troops are healed, so you don't lose any troops. None of them go to hospital, none of them are lightly wounded. Just there's a timer, and during that 20 seconds, whatever was wounded will stay wounded until it hits 0, and then they're all back. So if someone kicks you out, you've got 20 seconds to get in and kick them back out while they're weak. So the first sign of the eruptive fields is the little puffs of smoke. When you see them, you know there's going to be an eruptive field pop in very soon. And you pretty much just want to jump into as many of them as you can. Okay, I'm going to leave you here for a little bit, put some music up, and I'll jump back in just as we get towards the end for the center fight. and the timer hits 15, the center will open up. It gets kind of crazy at the center. It's just march after march after march. People keep getting kicked out. Basically, the idea is to try and get the longest hold time possible. You get a lot of points out of hold time. What I noticed this time round is because there was a lot less stamina around, for the first maybe 5 to 7 or 8 minutes, the attacks were consistent, coming from every direction. Once we got to about 6-7 minutes remaining, they really dropped off as people were running out of stam. Then it sort of becomes a timing it so that you can get in there just after the whales get kicked out and hold for as long as possible. I think with this one I ended up holding for the 6th longest time. I think it was about 1.5 minutes total. You will notice that the center keeps disappearing randomly. That was an issue with the first round that they cancelled, whenever that actually was, and it's still present. Another thing that was noticed, some of my other alliance members were playing in different servers. There's multiple servers running at the same time, and they could see the other member of my alliance who's in my map with me. They could see his marches on their map. It showed up as a blue line, and there's screenshots of them clicking on that, and it shows his HQ details. So that's a really interesting glitch. Alright, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you when I can. I'll leave you here for the last little bit of this fight. Thanks again for watching.